Chapter 26, Main Street. It was 4:15 on Thursday afternoon in May, but on Main Street in Plattsford, Nebraska, it looked like the 4th of July. Except there were more people, close to 300, because news of how this struggling little town was planning to welcome a fallen soldier's family had fanned out across the prairie like a wildfire. At the start of Main Street near the county road, a canvas banner 40 feet long with letters 2 feet high was stretched from side to side. "Welcome Thayer family. Our home is your home." That had been one of Delmar Breslin's ideas, one of about 10. As the town manager, he saw a huge opportunity in this event to develop some town spirit in a town that sorely needed some. It was also his idea to have the reporter for the county newspaper, the Weekly Observer, on hand to snap some pictures of him and the town council and the brave Army family too, of course. And it had been the newspaper reporter's idea to call his friend Annie Meeson. She shot video footage for KETV in Omaha now and then. She drove the 45 miles from Wheaton because it seemed like a natural human interest story. Annie Mason was so glad she made the effort. The banner, the people lining both sides of the street, the waving flags, the Wheaton High School marching band playing the Stars and Stripes Forever. She loved it all. As she walked around with her smallest digital camera, the one that didn't make people feel self-conscious, she felt like she was capturing a wonderful slice of everything that was good about small-town America. And to see support for the troops expressed this way, as kindness for the family left behind, well, it was great documentary footage. She got this terrific image of the used car salesman grinning from ear to ear as he held up his sign in front of a shiny red Dodge. "A genuine American car donated by Jackson's Quality Motors for the exclusive use of the Thayer family for as long as they need it." Annie talked to Clara on the sidewalk in front of the diner with her name on it. Clara was selling, you guessed it, apple pie at 25 cents a slice. Demand was high, and the woman laughed and joked with the customers lined up 3 deep around her table. The short interview with the school teacher and her students, that was Annie's favorite bit so far. The kids had a message made of individual pieces of colored poster board, 1 or 2 letters per board held end to end. When she finally got that one little boy to stand still, Annie got a shot of the whole message held by all 8 kids, the young ones squirming and grinning, and the older ones looking like they'd rather be somewhere else. "Room 1 welcomes you." Talking right into the camera, the teacher had said, "We're a very small school, only 1 room now, just 9 kids in all. It was one of our students, Ted Hammond, the only 6th grader in town. He's the one who found the family, staying in an empty farmhouse. And he took them food and supplies that he brought with his own money, and he's the one who's been trying to help them get their lives back on track. We're all proud that Ted's our friend." Farther down on Main Street, 5 veterans stood in line in front of the American Legion post wearing white shirts and blue caps with gold lettering. Annie got the camera in close on one man's face, weathered and wrinkled, and then slowly scanned down to the row of medals pinned on his shirt. This was great stuff. When she heard a burst of applause from her far end of the street, Annie hurried to get her camera closer to the makeshift reviewing stand in front of the storefront with the sign that proclaimed Plattsford Town Hall. A buzz ran through the crowd. "That's them! That's the Hammonds' van!" A plain white Ford van had turned onto Main Street, the only vehicle in sight. And as it rolled along the street, the crowd whooped and cheered and clapped like mad. The van came to a stop in front of the town hall, and Annie worked her way around to the passenger's side. This was the big payoff, the moment she was waiting for. It was the moment the whole town was waiting for. The passenger door opened, and a boy stood up on a running board, his head rising just a little above the roof of the van. The band stopped playing. The crowd was hushed. Annie zoomed in tight for the shot of his face. She thought, "This must be the sixth grader." The boy looked around, and with a shy smile he said, "This is really incredible. And thank you, all of you, and well, they left. I talked to them this morning, and we had planned to get them at 4 o'clock, but the family's gone. So, I'm sorry. But really, thanks." Annie pulled the zoom lever, and her shot widened as the boy sank back down into the van and heaved the door shut. The driver, a woman, did a slow 3-point turn, the brake lights winking on and off, and as the van drove away, Annie swung her camera back to the teacher and the kids there next to the reviewing stand. Annie slowly took a step or two closer so she'd get better sound, and through her earphone she heard the teacher say, "I know it's disappointing, but all this was still worth doing. When you try to do something kind, only good can come of it, no matter what. Now I want you fourth graders to stay right here with me until your parents come. Kevin, come back here. Right here. No, here. Good." Annie kept her camera running. The crowd started to break up, but she was surprised there wasn't more grumbling. It was like everyone had given one big shrug and then started talking with their friends. The Legionnaires walked across Main Street toward the diner. The used car dealer looked like he'd found a high school boy who was interested in the bright red Dodge. The town manager folded up his reviewing stand, a card table with red, white, and blue crepe paper wrapped around its legs, and the Wheaton High School band began putting their instruments away and moving toward the big yellow bus parked on C Street. The excitement was over, and if there could have been a little more to the event, sure, that would have been good, but life in Plattsford was just settling back to normal, and that was okay too. Annie couldn't wait to get home. She wanted to do a quick digital edit and then upload some of the footage to her contact at KETV. Because with the right voiceover, this could make a sweet little story. Might even make the 10 o'clock news. But really, that didn't matter to her so much. Annie was just glad that she had been on hand to see this for herself.